Hello all, and today we're going to be looking at Alchemist. Alchemist is one of my favorite Dota 2 heroes. I have a considerable amount of games, a pretty decent win rate, 270 games, and across that I have a 54% win rate. In the current patch, 7.28a, he's not the strongest hero in pro-level pubs, Divine and up. He has a 45% win rate, but in the mid lane, he actually has a 52% win rate, which is a considerable up, 7%. To be the exact number. Now we're going to be looking at Alchemist from the mid lane perspective, and we're going to be looking at, in this video, just his skills, a basic rundown, and kind of some tips and tricks you could do with them. We're not going to get into too much specifics, but let's just get into it. Acid Spray is a ground targeted AoE damage over time. It does physical damage and is very good at killing creeps. Very good at killing creeps. This is not scaled with any talents or anything. This is just the ability doing its trick. Acid Spray does physical damage and has a 6-second downtime. So the duration is 16 seconds and it lasts on the ground for 22 seconds. So there's not a large window where Acid Spray is on cooldown. Acid Spray, like I said, does physical damage. So if we were going to hit a Anti-Mage and a Terrorblade, two agility heroes, both with different agi gains, as we see here. AM has, I don't know where he's getting this +8 from, but I don't know. I have no idea where he's getting that +8 from. But anyway, he shouldn't, I think that's a bug. He shouldn't have +8. So, but if we hit Acid Spray on these two heroes, we'll see here, AM taking, I guess he does have +8 armor. Not sure where he's getting it from, but anyway, as we see here, since AM has a smaller smaller armor, he does take more damage. We'll just use Wind Ranger, for example, because she doesn't have +8. We'll put the Terrorblade next to him. We'll throw it on the Acid Spray, and as we see here, 28 damage to Terrorblade's 13 damage. Your W, Unstable Concoction, is a targeted stun. It is quite unreliable sometimes, though, because you can't stun yourself. People are moving around. They're not going to be standing still. And it is very easy to stun yourself. Again, this spell does physical damage. So if I hit a Terrorblade with it, it's going to do that much damage. The winner, it's an AoE. So you can see here just how much damage they're taking. I'll queue it up, throw it at this Wind Ranger, throw it at the Terrorblade, and you can just see how much damage each one takes. Considerable difference there. As I said, it is physical, so it does scale with armor reduction. So let's say you have an Assault Cuirass and a Solar Crest. Throw down the stun, the goop, queue up this, queue up that, and throw it on in, and boom, a fuck ton of damage. This does scale pretty well with amplification of physical amplification or minus armor. So like an Anti-Mage, considerable amount of damage there. Your E, Grievel's Greed, is what makes Alchemist Alchemist. It scales ridiculously well as you hit more and more creeps. It amps up the bounties, so you get more and more gold per how many stacks you have. So right now I have 6 stacks. If once the creeps spawn in though, throw it on the goop, farming away, and it's going up, it's going up, it's going up. It's giving me more and more gold per how many units I'm killing. Obviously, I have 9,999 gold, so you can't see the real ramifications of that. But just know that Grievel's Greed will get you additional gold for how many stacks you have. So if you kill like 1-2 creeps, it's not going to give you a lot of gold. But if you kill like 30 creeps, you're going to get more and more gold for each consecutive creep kill. Your ultimate ability gives you attack speed, HP regen, and movement speed. So you attack fast, you move fast, and you regen a ridiculous amount of health, 161. This is countered by reduction of HP. So if they have a Spirit Vessel or something like that, if they have a Spirit Vessel and they throw that on you, this will be reduced. I don't know why her charges went away. Guess we'll give her a Scotty then and a Shiva's Guard. But as you see here, 72 instead of my traditional, once these debuffs are off me, 161. The Vessel is a very strong counter to Alchemist. That being said, upon casting Chemical Rage, you do get a Dispel. So if a Queen of Pain were to dagger you, you can see here, I'm really slow, I'm really slow, I'm really slow, I can't move. Pop the ult, it dispels, it's a basic dispel. So if I were to be Vesseled, which for some reason she lost her charges, let's see if we can give her the charges back. I don't know where they went. So she has charges. Maybe once I respawn, they go away. Oh, when I hit refresh, it gives her back the charges. All right, just so everyone knows, when you're in a demo lobby, if you hit refresh, it takes off charges. I never knew that. Educational content right there. So if I pop the ult, she throws down the Vessel and the Scotty, and you can see my HP regen is a ridiculous amount now. It's not nearly what it was, but the Vessel's on me. I don't have my ulti up. Pop the ulti, and it purges that Vessel right there. Keeping that in mind when playing Alchemist. So that's a basic understanding of how his abilities work. He scales pretty well with physical amplification, so minus armor, physical nuke. That's these two spells. This spell is your farming ability, synergizes with this ability, and this is sort of just makes you into a very hard to kill raid boss, as it gives you movement speed, which allows you to kite pretty well, HP regen, which allows you to tank pretty well, and attack speed, which allows you to kill pretty well. So it just kind of all around buffs you in every way you could think of. That is basically the Alchemist essentials on how his spells works. And next we're going to be looking at matchups in the mid lane that you will be playing Alchemist in if you're following this video specifically.